All right. So in this question, a racing track is in the form of an isosceles triangle. Children, have shared my screen. It's visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A racing track is in the form of an isosceles triangle with base that is 200 meters long. So we normally see circular racing tracks, right? So this racing track is in the shape of an isosceles triangle. Normally, so racing tracks are, circular or it's elongated like this. This one is triangular. Is in the form of an isosceles triangle with base that is 200 meters long. So the term base in an isosceles triangle is used for that side, that unequal side. The third side, that unequal side. That side is called the base. So if the base is 200 meters long, it means that the remaining two sides are the equal sides of the isosceles triangle. Recall that in an isosceles triangle, the equal sides are called the legs. The equal sides are called the legs. And the unequal side, that third side, which is not equal to any of the other two sides, is called the base. So if the term base is used in an isosceles triangle, that means that side is not equal to any other side, which means that the remaining two sides are equal. So the base is 200 meters long, which means the remaining two sides are equal. What is the minimum length in whole numbers of the other two sides of the track? What's the minimum length of the other two sides of the track? So since this is the base, these two sides have to be equal. So say x and x. Now use the property. We know that in a triangle, the sum of any two sides should always be greater than the third side. Now supposing x is 100. Okay, so 100 plus 100. The property we use here is in a triangle, the sum of any two sides is always greater than the third side. Now supposing x is 100. So the other side, the two sides are 100 meters each. So 100 plus 100 is 200. And is it greater than the third side, which is 200? No, it's false. So the equal sides cannot be 100 meters. Now they're asking you values in whole numbers. So the next number, the next whole number after 100 is 101. When you take x as 100, the sum of any two sides. So x plus x, the sum of these two sides, x plus x, 100 plus 100. Now this answer is 200. And this should be greater than the third side. The third side also measures 200. So is 200 greater than 200? False. No, it is not. So the equal sides cannot be 100 meters each. It has to be more than 100. The next whole number after 100 is 101. It's 101. So when x is 101, these two sides are 101 meters each. So 101 plus 101 is 202. And it's greater than the third side, 200. So the minimum length of the equal sides should be 101 meters. So when you take x as 100, 100 plus 100 is 200. And is it greater than the third side 200? No, it's false. So the minimum value of x should be 101 meters. You can write the answer directly. The minimum value of x is 101 meters. This is just for you to understand. I'll share the images. Any questions here?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Next one. A rectangular garden has a length of 40 meters. You can see it in the figure there. A stone path is laid diagonally, a stone path. So to walk, it's a garden. It's a garden, it's full of plants. Now, if you want to, like have a look at the trees and the plants in the garden, there should be a pathway for you to walk, right? You cannot stamp on the plants and walk. So there's a pathway. There's a stone path. Stone path meaning stones are laid like this. Stones are laid. I'm just not exactly like this. So like this. There's a stone path like this. All right. So diagonally, there's a stone path. Stones are placed like this so that you can walk on this. Okay. So like this. So a stone path is laid diagonally inside the rectangle and has a length of 41 meters. So the length of the stone path is 41 meters. Find the perimeter of this garden. Now we know that the formula to find the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 into L plus B units. Perimeter of a rectangle is given by the formula 2 into L plus B units. Now we know the length is 40 meters. We do not know the breadth of the rectangle. We know the length of the diagonal, but that cannot be used. Formula is 2 into L plus B. L is 40. B we do not know. So we have to find B. To find the perimeter, we need to first find B and then use the formula 2 into L plus B to find the perimeter. We also know that in a rectangle, every angle is a right angle. A rectangle has 4 interior angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Each of these angles is equal to 90 degrees. So we have to first find the breadth of the rectangle. Okay. We should draw the figure. Okay. Every angle is a right angle. Every angle is a right angle. So I have marked this this angle A, 90 degrees. Now triangle ABD is a right triangle. Triangle ABD is a right triangle. You can see this is 90 degrees. So ABD is a right triangle. So in right, RT is right, okay? RT is right. In right triangle ABD, we'll use the Pythagorean theorem. See, in a right triangle, when do we use the Pythagorean theorem? A triangle has 3 sides. When you know 2 sides, you can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the third side. In a right triangle, supposing you know the length of this side and this side, you don't know this. You can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the third side. So to use this theorem, you need to know the length of 2 sides. Only then you can use the theorem. If you know the length of only one side, then using the theorem, you cannot find the remaining 2 sides. There are 3 sides. A triangle has 3 sides. And we use the Pythagorean theorem in a right triangle to find the third side given the length of the first 2 sides. So here we know AD. So what are the sides of this triangle ABD? AB, BD, AD. These are the three sides. AB, BD, and AD are the sides of this triangle. Now, BD is the hypotenuse because that's opposite of the right angle. BD is the hypotenuse because it is opposite of the right angle, which means these are the legs. This is one leg, this is the other leg. You need to find the length of the leg AB. You need to find the length of the leg AB. And we know that the Pythagorean theorem goes like this. Leg square plus leg square is equal to hypotenuse square. We remember like this. I've told you whatever you have to find, you put that first. So we need to find the leg. So write leg square plus leg square is equal to hypotenuse square. First, you should identify the right triangle. And then identify the legs and the hypotenuse. Simply, we should not write, okay, AB square is equal to some square plus some square. It's not like that. Identify the right triangle. Then identify the legs and the hypotenuse. Now, what do you have to find? The hypotenuse is given 41. You need to find AB, which is the leg. So let us write the Pythagorean theorem like this. Leg square plus leg square is equal to hypotenuse square. So which is the leg here? AB. AB is what you have to find. So leg square, AB square, plus the other leg. The other leg is AD. See here. You should see if you're finding it difficult or if it's confusing, please write this in the rough column. Identify the sides correctly and then write the Pythagorean theorem. Just write this once again for you. It's not at all difficult. You should make it easy by practice. See here. So the triangle, the right triangle is ABD. So identify the right triangle. The right triangle is ABD. Now write the three sides of this triangle. Any order you can write. AB is one side, BD, AD. These are the three sides. Okay. Now, which is the side opposite to the right angle? BD. So this is the hypotenuse. Then the remaining two sides are the legs. The remaining two sides are the legs. And which one you have to find? AB. You have to find AB. So let us write the Pythagorean theorem like this. Leg square plus leg square is equal to hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse square is always written separately. So leg square, AB square plus leg square, AD square is equal to hypotenuse square, BD square. So AB, we don't know. So write AB square as it is, plus AD is 40. 40 square is equal to BD square, 41 square. So AB square plus 40 square means 40 into 40, 1600 is equal to 41 square, 41 into 41, 1681. Now transpose. AB square is equal to 1681 minus 1600 plus 1600 transpose minus 1600. So AB square is equal to 81. AB square is equal to 9 square. Yeah, very good. 9 square. Very good. So AB is equal to 9. And what is the unit used in the question? Meter. So AB is equal to 9 meters. Very good. Yes. Meters. So like this, we have found the breadth. AB is nothing but the breadth of the rectangle. DC is also the breadth of the rectangle. You can find AB or DC, anything. See, if you want to find DC, then you should mark. Listen, if you want to find DC, you should mark the right angle here. You know that AB and DC both represent the breadth of the rectangle. AD and BC represent the length of the rectangle. So to find so if AD is 40, BC is also 40 because opposite sides are equal, no? So then you can use a right triangle BCD and find DC. You can do this also. You can mark the right angle here. Opposite sides are equal, so 40, 40. You can use this right triangle BCD and find the breadth DC. You can also do that. All right. So now we found the breadth. Now perimeter of the rectangle. That's a question. What's the perimeter of the garden? So perimeter is equal to 2 into L plus B units. That is 2 into length is 40, breadth we just found 9 is equal to 2 into 40 plus 9 is 49, which is 98 meters. Therefore, you should write in words. Therefore, the perimeter of the garden is 98 meters. Therefore, perimeter of the garden is equal to 98 meters. So the length is known here. The breadth is not known. You should find the breadth and then find the perimeter using the formula 2 into L plus B. And to find B, we make use of the right triangle ABD. We know two sides, so we can find the third side. In a right triangle, when you know the length of two sides, you can find the length of the third side using the Pythagorean theorem. All right, children. Any questions you can ask me. I don't have to, at the end of every answer, you don't have to wait for me to ask you if you have any doubts. You can simply ask. Okay, next one. In this triangle, find the values of X and Y. Yes.
Ma'am, can I do?
Yeah, that's all. Now this is for you both. I'll give you 2 minutes time. Please think and then answer.
Okay.
If you're ready with the answer also, you'll have to wait for 2 minutes. Wait. Find the values of X and Y. Now this question is for Harini. Harini, identify the legs. Okay. What is the special name you would give this triangle PQR?
Ma'am.
Give a special name to the triangle PQR. Yeah, Navneet.
Ma'am, isosceles triangle.
Isosceles triangle. Why, Harini? Why is it an isosceles triangle?
Ma'am, because the two sides are equal, ma'am.
Two sides are equal. Correct. Because two sides are equal. Which are the equal sides, Harini?
Ma'am, Q and R are equal sides, ma'am.
No. Q, not Q. Side. How do you write? Sorry?
Leg.
PQ and PR. Okay. PQ and PR.
Yes,
Yeah, repeat. Which are the equal sides?
PQ and PR, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are they called in the isosceles triangle language? What are the equal sides PQ and PR called?
Legs, ma'am.
Legs. Navneet, which is the base?
Ma'am, QR.
Why is that called the base? How do you identify the base?
Ma'am, because in isosceles triangle,
Is the base any of the equal sides?
what, ma'am?
Is the base any of the two equal sides?
Yes, ma'am.
The base is not any of the two equal sides. In an isosceles triangle, now supposing these two sides are equal, this is a leg, this is a leg. The third side is called the base. It is not any of the two equal sides. Got that? Both of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here PQ and PR are the equal sides. So QR is the base. And what do we know in an isosceles triangle? The base angles are equal. You should identify the base. Only then you'll know which are the base angles. So in this figure, this is the base. So these are the two base angles. In an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. In and write that 5 times if it is difficult. So this one also, this figure, 1 minute. In an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. The base angles are equal. So for that, you should identify the base. Only if you identify the base, you can identify the base angles. So these two equal sides are the legs. Then the third side is the base. And these are the base angles, and they are equal. Now take this isosceles triangle. If I mark these two sides equal, this is a leg, this is the other leg. So that means this is the base. The equal sides are the legs. That third side, that unequal side, that unequal third side is the base. If this is the base, then these are the base angles. These base angles are equal in an isosceles triangle. Supposing like this. Say this side is equal to this side. So this is a leg, this is also a leg. That means this is the base. So these are the base angles. These angles are equal. So it's important to identify the base. Only then you will identify the base angles correctly and the base angles are equal. Okay, so in this figure, these two sides are the equal sides. So leg, leg. So that means this is the base. This is the base. So base angles are equal, right? So tell me, children, what's the value of x?
Ma'am, 46.
46. Which are the base angles? This one and this one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the base angles are equal. Therefore,
Therefore, x degree is equal to 46 degrees.
yeah. So in an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. Therefore, x is equal to 46 degrees. Now, how do we find y?
Ma'am, angle sum property 46 plus 46 plus y is equal to 180.
Okay, correct. So x plus y plus any order plus 46 is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Angle sum property. ASP meaning angle sum property of a triangle. The sum of the three interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So 46 plus y plus 46 is equal to 180. You don't have to put the degree in every step. It's enough if you write 180. You don't have to mention degree in every step. So 46 plus 46 is 92. 92 plus y is 180. So y is equal to 180 minus 92. Y is equal to 88. So maybe in the last step, you can put a degree. Y is equal to 88 degrees. Yeah, please tell me if you have any questions.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, this is the next question. Harini, you remember, no, the order in which I make the presentation? So, yeah, when it is lesson 4, it is examples, then PQs, in class, and workbook. So we are covering everything. Just, I'm sure you know it, but I'm just trying to confirm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So when we're doing lesson 4, we do the examples, then the practice questions in class, and then workbook. So everything from your content book and workbook is covered.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So Sharon rode her bicycle on a triangular track. Sharon rode her bicycle on a triangular track, which had 2 equal sides. So in word problems, you know, if the figure is not given, you have to read the question, and as you read the question, you should draw the figure. It's when it comes to word problems, it's very important to understand what is given. We should not be in a hurry to answer the question. You can answer the question only if you understand the question correctly. So read the question. If you think the question needs a diagram, as you read the question, you should draw the diagram and then answer it. So clarity, the understanding the question is important. Only if you understand the question, you can try the answer correctly. Sharon rode her bicycle on a triangular track which had 2 equal sides. Okay, so 2 equal sides. If one of the equal sides was 235 meters long, so the other is also 235 meters. What was the minimum possible length of the third side of the track? So you can just call it y or x. So now the question is, what is the minimum possible length of x? Yes, both of you, tell me. Take some time. Take some time, tell me.
Ma'am, the answer is 180.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. 118, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how did you do that, Navneet?
Ma'am, No, I didn't do any steps, but I just calculated in my mind. I like took some 120, 130. I took numbers like that and added, and I got 180.
Okay, tell me what happened when you took 120.
Now it became 240.
When you took 120, it became 240.
Yes, ma'am. I added. Oh
Oh, you simply kept doubling the numbers, is it?
no, ma'am. Oh, okay.
Should use the property, the sum of any two sides. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, so you said 120, Navneet. Okay, let me just try to go with that. And I'll just check. We know that in a triangle, the sum of any two sides is always greater than the third side. The difference between any two sides is always less than the third side. Now let's find the sum of the two sides. 235 plus 235. Okay. 235 plus 235 is 470. All right. Is 470 greater than 120? True.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
235 plus 120. The sum of any two sides. So 235 plus 120. What is it? It's greater than 235? Yes. So we did 235 plus 235. Then we did 235 plus 120. The same thing we'll get 120 plus 235. But my question is, how did you figure out 120? Why 120? The question is, see, this can be a possible length, but is this the minimum length? This can be a possible length. But the question is, what is the minimum possible length of the third side?
Oh.
This is possible. You can take x as 120, but how do you show that it is the minimum possible length?
Ma'am, actually I took 118, not 120. I think it's 118.
Oh, you said 118. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree. Do you think we'll come back to this question? Because you'll just have to use the property, the two properties which I just mentioned, which you already know. So this is the next one. We'll come back to this at the end of the class. I want the answer from you, one of you or both of you. A submarine was at a particular point underwater. It sank further by a depth of 20 meters and then traveled left for a distance of 21 meters. How far was the submarine from the original point?
Ma'am, so we need to draw a diagram. So first we need to draw a straight line and then draw and make the base of the. And we need to draw a right angle triangle. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the surface of the water. This is the surface of the water. Don't have to do all this. I'm just, let's just visualize it clearly. Okay, so a submarine was at a particular point underwater. So let's say it was here. A submarine was at a particular point underwater. So say it was here. It sank further by a depth of 20 meters. So it comes down, comes straight down by 20 meters, by 20 meters. And then travel left. This is left, right? This is left. This one is left. And then travel left for a distance of 21 meters. The submarine is here. It sank. It comes down. Sank meaning it comes down. It sinks. It sank by a depth of 20 meters and it comes here. Now from here it travels left for a distance of 21 meters. Now the question is, how far was the submarine from the original point? This is the original point. This is the original point. This is the final point. See, it started from here. Then it came like this along 20 and then like this along 21 and it's now here.
Yes, ma'am. We need to draw a line here also.
So how far was the submarine from the original point? This is the original point. This is the original point. This is the final point. So connect those 2 points. That distance is what you have to find. This is the original position. This is the original position. And this is the final position. So join the points that represent the original and the final position. That distance is what you have to find. That distance is what you have to find. This is what you have to find, this distance. So okay, so you can draw the diagram like this. The submarine is here. It comes down by 20 meters and then it goes left by 21 meters. So you need to find, this is the original point. This is the final point. You need to find this distance. And because it comes down and takes a left, the 2 directions are at right angles. The 2 directions are at right angles. So you can just call this X. Now what is X? Is it a leg or the hypotenuse?
Hypotenuse. Oh,
Hypotenuse. So tell me, Harini, tell me, how will you write the Pythagorean theorem here? You want to find the hypotenuse. So put the hypotenuse first. So tell me the theorem.
X square is equal to 21 square plus 20 square.
Correct. Anything you can write first. Correct. 21 square plus 20 square. Very good. So X square is equal to 21 square is 441. 20 square is 400. So X square is equal to 841. Now
29 square.
841, you know, you'll have to find the prime factors of 841. Now you will see that it's not divisible by 2. It's not divisible by 3. It's not divisible by 5. Then what you have to do is, you can just guess. Now we know that 20 into 20, I'll work it here. We know that 20 into 20 is 400 and 30 into 30 is 900. 20 into 20 is 400, 30 into 30 is 900. Now 841 is between these 2 numbers. 841 is between 400 and 900. 20 square is 400, 30 square is 900. 841 is here. Now 841 ends with the digit 1. 1. Now 21 into 21, this product will end with 1. 29 into 29, this product also will end with 1 because 9 9s are 81. 1 1 is 1. 9 9s are 81. Because if it's 22, no, 22 into 22, 2 2s are 4. 23 into 23, 3 3s are 9. It will end with 9. 24 into 24, 4 4s are 16. It will end with 6. So 20 square is 400. 30 square is 900. And here we have 841. So 841 should be, it should be 21 square or 29 square, because 21 into 21, the product will end with 1. 29 into 29, 9 9s are 81. The product will end with 1. So you try 21 square, it will be 441. So it's not this one. So it has to be this. And you should multiply and check 29 to 21, 9. 9 9s are 81, 1 8 carried over. 9 2s are 18. 18 plus 8, 26. 18, 1 carried over, 5. So 1, 4, 8, 841. So 841 is 29 squared. So x is equal to 29. Therefore, the submarine was 29 meters away from the original point. Was 29 meters away from the original point. Okay. Look at this question. A tower 15 meters tall. Harni, what time is your PTM today at school?
2:59.
Okay. A tower 15 meters tall is built on an island. So, as I was telling you, as you read the question, draw the diagram, or you can read the question once and then start reading again from the beginning and draw the diagram. So, diagram should be drawn as you read the question. As you read the question, you should draw the diagram. You cannot read the question and then think how to draw. As you read, you should draw. If you want, you can read the question fully once and then again come from the beginning. So a tower 15 meters tall is built on an island. 2 poles are constructed on opposite sides of the tower. 2 poles are constructed on opposite sides of the tower at an equal distance from it. And ropes are tied from the top of the tower to the base of the poles. If the length of each rope is 17 meters, how far are the 2 poles from each other? Okay. So this is sorry?
Can I do this one?
The answer, yes. The diagram I want to explain. Answer, yes.
Yes, ma'am. The answer I'll do. You draw the diagram.
Okay, so this is the island. Island is a piece of land, right? So island. So this is the island. You don't have to show that. I'm just telling you. You don't have to show this actually. Now, a tower 15 meters tall. So this is the tower 15 meters tall on an island. 2 poles are constructed on opposite sides of the tower. So say there's one pole here, there's another pole here. You don't know the height of the pole. You don't know. It can be a very small pole also. We don't know, and we are not. Since it's not given, we'll not worry about it. Don't worry if I should make the pole so tall or short. How do I make it? Don't worry about that. Whatever you feel, you do. Okay. So I'll just take a short poll like this. Anything is fine. Anything is fine. Now this is the tower. This is the tower. Pole, pole. Now two poles are constructed on opposite sides of the tower. So one is on the left side, the other is on the right side. At an equal distance from it. So that means this distance is equal to this distance. So let's call it x. At equal distances from the tower. The two poles are at equal distances from the tower. So that means, see, this is the tower, this is the pole. This distance is x. This is the tower, this is the other pole. The distance is x. And ropes are tied from the top of the tower. This is the top of the tower. To the base of the poles. This is the base of the pole. This is the top of the pole. This is the base of the pole. This is the base of the pole. This is the top of the pole. Similarly here, this is the top of the pole. This is the base of the pole. So ropes are tied from the top of the tower to the base of the poles. Like this. Ropes are tied from the top of the tower to the base of the two poles. So the rope is represented by line segments here. The ropes on either side, they're represented by line segments. If the length of each rope is 17 meters, so this is the rope, children. This is rope. And this is the rope. Length of the rope is 17 meters. Length of the rope is 17 meters. How far? And we know that the tower is 15 meters tall. How far are the two poles from each other? How far are the two poles from each other? So you should find x. So supposing x is 10, supposing, then this is also 10. So the distance between the two poles is 10 plus 10, 20 meters. You must find x. Supposing it's 10, then this x is also 10. So the distance between the two poles is 10 plus 10, 20 meters. So this is the figure. So let me draw it again here. Pole, sorry, tower, pole, pole, top of the tower, rope. This is the bottom of the pole, base of the pole. This is the rope. Now this distance is equal to this distance is given. So we'll call it x. Pole, pole, tower, 15 meters. Rope, 17 meters. And the tower will be at right angles only, not to the ground. That any building, supposing this is the ground, the building will not be constructed like this. See, there may be, but in general, the building or a tower is always vertical. It makes an angle of 90 degrees with the ground. Yeah, so this is 90 degrees. See, it's not given. 90 degrees is not given, children. Children, just a minute. There's somebody at the door. I'll just come. Yeah, Harini and Navneet, I'm back. Both of you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's find x. Now tell me, use the Pythagorean theorem. X is a leg or hypotenuse?
Ma'am, leg, ma'am.
You can see, take one of the two triangles. Don't use. Okay, let me mark it like A. This is B, this is C, and D. All right. Now take one of the two triangles. You can take ABC or ADC, any one. So in right triangle ABC, we have to find x. X is the leg or hypotenuse? Tell me again.
Leg.
Ma'am, it's a leg.
Leg. So tell me the Pythagorean theorem.
X.
Ma'am, x square is equal to
Okay,
17.
x square is 1 minute. X square is equal to
17 square
no,
minus
Harini, you wait, Harini. Yeah, x square is equal to
17 square minus 15 square.
I don't want you to say this and confuse. No, Navneet, I don't want this. Harini, you tell me. You're right, Navneet, but don't tell me like that.
Okay, x square plus 15
No,
square is
wait.
equal to
Harini. Harini, tell me x square.
X square is equal to
No, see, Navneet. No, Harini, not x square is equal to.
plus 1
Plus.
plus 15 square equal to 17 square.
Yeah. Navneet, always write this first.
okay.
Yeah, plus 15 square is, yeah, now tell me what is 15 square?
225 is equal to 289.
Okay, so x square is equal to
289 minus 225. X square is equal to 64. X square is equal to 8 square. X is equal to 8. 8 meters.
So what should you find actually? The distance between the poles. Distance between the poles, right? How far are the two poles from each other? How far are the two poles from each other? So the distance between the poles you should find. That is BD. You should find BD. BD is x plus x. That is 8 plus 8, which is 16 meters. So certain things which we understand, we should know how to present it. So you'll be like wondering, why should you write so much? You can write 16 straight away. That's correct, but how did you process that answer? That you should show in the paper. How did you process that answer 16? So all that which you did in your mind, that you should write in the paper. So distance between the two poles is BD, the line segment BD, which is x plus x, which is 8 plus 8, 16 meters. Yeah, so now coming to the in-class questions. Find the length of the sides AC and BC.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
BC is equal to AC or CA.
Okay.
BC
So
is equal to AC.
AC is equal to BC. Next.
2x plus 6 is equal to 3x minus 6.
Next.
2x
2
minus
2x
3x.
plus 3x
Ma'am?
2x.
Minus 3x.
plus
2. No, 2x minus 3x, because plus 3x, when it goes to the other side, it will become minus 3x.
Yes.
plus
Is equal to?
Minus 6 is equal to minus 6 minus 6.
Yeah, this minus 6 as it is, and this plus 6, when it comes to the other side, it will become minus 6. Yeah, next.
Then minus x is equal to minus 12, and the minuses gets cancelled. X is equal to 12.
Yeah, we should find the length of AC and BC. So AC is equal to?
12.
2 into 12 plus 6. 30. And BC will be the same values in this isosceles triangle, but still we need to find it. 3 into
We'll get the same answer.
yes, minus 6. 36 minus 6, which is 30 centimeters.
Because the two sides are equal, you'll get the same answer.
Yes.
The expressions, they look different, but the answer will be the same. Should be the same because they're equal sides. Yeah. Yeah, read the question for yourself.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay. So Harry has an old sailboat. Harry has an old sailboat with a mast that is 35 feet high. Okay, so there's a mast. So you know how it is, no? So some flag kind of thing. Some flag kind of thing like this. You must have seen, right, in a boat?
Yes, ma'am.
Something like this, yeah, this. So that's what, that is the mast. This is the mast. This one is the mast. So it's a pole, basically. It's a pole. It's a pole, and it'll be a pole and some cloth fixed to it, like cloth or some material fixed to it. That's the mast. So the mast is 35 feet high. A rope that is 37 feet long is tied to the top of the mast and attached to the deck to support the mast. Okay, so see here, this is the deck of the ship. The deck of the ship is the floor of the ship or the floor of the sailboat. See, how you, when you walk on the boat, that is the floor of the sailboat. This is the boat. This is the boat. This is the deck. This is the deck, the floor of the boat. The floor of the boat is the deck. Mast is that flag kind of thing. Mast is that flagpole. So say this is the mast. This is 35 feet high. Now the top of the, it's given there, the top of the mast. This is the top of the mast. It's tied using a rope to the deck. So any point on the deck, this is any point on the deck. So the top of the mast is tied using a rope to this point on the deck. And the length of the rope is 37 feet. How far along the deck from the base of the mast should the rope be tied so that there is no slack in the rope? That is, the rope should be taut. Taut meaning it should be tight. There should be no slack. The rope should not be like loose like this. See, supposing this is the mast. The rope should not be loose like this. It should be tight. It should be tight, fully stretched. There is no slack, meaning it's tight. The rope is stretched. Then what should be the distance between these two? What should be the distance from the base of the mast and the point on the deck? Okay, so let's first understand the different terms used here. You all understand you both understand what the mast is. Deck is the floor of the ship. This is the top of the mast. This is the base of the mast. This is the top of the mast. This is the base of the mast. This is the floor of the ship or the sailboat, which is called the deck. The top of the mast is tied using a rope to some point on the deck. The rope should be fully stretched. It should not be tied loosely. It should be fully stretched. That's what, there should be no slack in the rope. In this, so given all this, what should be the distance between the base of the mast and this point on the deck? What should be the distance? Is the question. Is the question clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
The mast will be upright, no? So it will make 90 degrees with the floor of the boat. The mast will be upright like this. So it will make 90 degrees with the floor of the boat. So that 90 degrees you should mark by yourself. That's not given in the question. That will not be given in the question. So tell me, how will you use the Pythagorean theorem here?
Ma'am, x square plus 35 square is equal to 37 square.
Okay, stop. Yeah, Harni, you tell me.
Ma'am, x square plus 35 square is equal to 37 square.
Okay, which is the hypotenuse here, Harini?
7, ma'am.
Okay, the legs.
35 and x, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, so both of you are right. So x square plus 35 square is equal to 37 square. X square plus 35 square. Tell me what is 37 square, both of you?
Ma'am, 1369.
1369.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what's the difference? 1369 minus 1225.
Ma'am, 12 square.
12 square. 144 is 12 square. 12 into 12. 12 into 12 is 144. So x is equal to 12. So the distance, how far along the deck? How far along the deck from the base of the mast should the rope be tied so that there is no slack in the rope? So the required distance is therefore distance between the base of the mast and it's tied to some point on the deck, right? So the distance between the base of the mast and the point on the deck must be or should be 12 meters. The distance between the base of the mast and the point on the deck, that distance, see, this is the point on the deck. This is that point on the deck. This is the base of the mast. Base of the mast. This is the point on the deck. This distance should be 12 meters. Yeah, we'll do 2B and 3 and wind up the session for today. We'll do the workbook problems in the next class because I think it'll become too much for today. I can continue, but I'm not sure if you both can hold on. So I'll not ask you. We'll continue in the next class. Okay, we'll finish these two answers. A triangular iron structure. A triangular iron structure has sides 7 feet each. The engineer, see, a triangular iron structure has sides of 7 feet each. So all the three sides are 7 feet. It's given each. Triangular iron structure. It's made of iron. The material is iron. You all know what iron is. Iron rod. The material is iron. So it's a triangular iron structure. The side is 7 feet. Each side is 7 feet. So it's an equilateral triangle. The engineer needs to replace one side to convert this structure into an isosceles triangle. He has to convert this structure to an isosceles triangle. Find the maximum and the minimum lengths of the new side in the whole numbers. So they don't want you to find in decimals. That is you cannot find actually. For that there'll be many answers. Find the not many answers actually. You cannot find the answer if it is in decimals. So find the maximum and minimum lengths of the new side in whole numbers. The structure is actually equilateral. He wants to convert the structure to an isosceles triangle. So that means two sides will be 7 feet. The third side he has to change because he needs to replace one side. So one side, 7 feet, he should change and make it an isosceles triangle. What should be the maximum length and the minimum length of that side is the question. So I think these you need to think that I had given you one question earlier also. So along with that, please keep this answer ready. We'll see it in the next class. This one. It's time now, so there is a question. Which one is that? Oh, yeah, the Sharon, I think. Yeah, this one, the Sharon question. The Sharon question, and now this one. This one. Yeah. So these two, you keep the answers ready. We'll see in the next class. Yeah. Jane and her mother are making a triangular flower bed in their garden. Triangular flower bed in her garden. The perimeter of this isosceles triangular flower bed is 50 meters. And the unequal side measures 16 meters. A partition is laid from the vertex to the center of the opposite side. Find the length of this partition. Okay, now we've read the question once. We got some idea about the question. Now let's read it slowly and make the diagram as we read it. So in the garden, there is a triangular flower bed. Triangular flower bed. And it's an isosceles triangular flower bed. It's an isosceles triangular flower bed. The perimeter is 50 meters. And the unequal side measures 16 meters. So these are the two equal sides. We have marked these two as equal sides. So this is the base. This is the unequal side, the base, which is 16 meters. A partition is laid from the vertex to the center of the unequal side. So this is the unequal side. This is the center of the unequal side. So from the vertex, like this, they're making a partition. They're making a partition like this. From the vertex to the center of the unequal side. From the vertex to the center of the unequal side. So this is the center of the unequal side. 1 minute. These are the equal sides, no? So this is the unequal side. Unequal side, which is the base. Which is the base. And that's given to be 16 meters. Now from the vertex to the midpoint of the unequal side, they're making a partition like this. So then this will become 8 meters and this 8 meters. Because they're making a partition, no? And the partition is a line segment from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So 16 will become 8, 8. Now you need to find the length of this partition. Find the length of this partition. Is the question understood, children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Triangular flower bed. Equal sides. This is the unequal side, 16 meters. This is the unequal side, 16 meters. This is the vertex. This is the midpoint or the center. The center or the midpoint of the opposite side, the unequal side. This is the partition. So then this becomes 8 meters. This becomes 8 meters. 8 meters. Now this will be the, now we know that in an isosceles triangle, the altitude and the median, they coincide. In an isosceles triangle, the altitude and the median to the unequal side, they coincide. Okay, let me take you there. I think that was earlier, 1 second. So see here. Can I see the altitude and median on the unequal side? See, these are the two equal sides. See, this is the median on the equal side. This is the altitude on the equal side. This is the median on the equal side. This is the altitude on the equal side. They don't coincide. They are different line segments. But see, on the unequal side, this is the unequal side. This is the unequal side. This is the altitude on the unequal side. That's also the median on the unequal side. And you know, median means this will be the midpoint. If this is the median, that means this is the midpoint. Now, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was telling you. Isosceles triangle, midpoint. So this one is the median because this line segment meets the opposite side at the midpoint. So that means this is the median. But in an isosceles triangle, the median on the unequal side is also the altitude. That's how we get 90 degrees here. In an isosceles triangle, the median is also the altitude on the unequal side. Do you understand what I'm saying, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So do it slowly. Isosceles triangle, unequal side. That side which is not equal, no, to anything. So unequal side. So you draw the altitude and the median on the unequal side. Both will coincide. But if you draw the altitude and median on the equal sides, there'll be two different line segments. Altitude is different, median is different on the equal sides. On the unequal side, it will be the same. So since this is the midpoint, since this is the midpoint of the unequal side, this partition is the median because median only will meet the side at the midpoint. So this is the median, so which means it's also the altitude. That's why we get 90 degrees here. Now we need to find the length of the partition. We need to find the length of the partition.
Ma'am, so first we need to find the values of x for that.
Correct.
Ma'am, I actually found it at 17. For
Yeah, how
each.
do you work?
Ma'am, 16 plus x is equal to 50.
Yeah,
16
one
plus
perimeter is equal to 50 meters. Yeah, so x plus
16 is equal to 50.
yeah, see, perimeter is for this. The perimeter is 1 minute, 1 minute. See, this is the triangle. These two sides are equal. ABC is the triangle. X 16 meters. The perimeter of this triangle is 50 meters. So that means x plus 16 is equal to 50. Then how do you work this?
2x plus 16 is equal to 50. 2x
Yeah,
is
one
equal
second,
to
1 second. Harini, continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus 16, when you take it to the other side, it will become?
Minus 16, ma'am. 2x minus 16, 50 minus 16.
Okay, then what is 50 minus 16?
34, ma'am.
Sorry?
34, ma'am.
34. Then what's the next step?
Yes,
X is equal to?
X is equal to 34, ma'am. 34 degrees. No,
2x is 34. X is equal to?
no.
No, it's not. 2 into. Yeah, tell me. Yeah. 34.
34, 34 by 2.
By 2,
Yes,
which is 17 meters. So x is equal to 17. Now, we need to find the length of the partition, which is AD. So take up one triangle. Any one side. You can take up the triangle ABD or ACD. Any one of the two triangles. ADC. ADC. I've taken this portion. So mark off whatever we know. X. This one is X, and we found that to be 17 meters. DC is 8. And now we have to find AD. AD we have to find. So in right triangle ADC, by Pythagorean theorem, what do we have? We should find AD. So how will you write the theorem, Harini? How will you write the result using the theorem?
8 square.
You're right. I want first AD square because you have to find AD square. No, continue. AD square.
AD square plus BC square is equal to AC square.
Very good. Very good. So AD square plus DC square is 8 square is equal to 17 square. Next, AD square plus 8 square is 64 is equal to 17 square, 289. So AD square is equal to 289 minus 64. Plus 64 will come minus 64 on the other side.
From AD square is equal to 15 square. AD is equal to 15.
Yeah. So AD is equal to AD square is equal to 15 square. So AD is equal to 15. Therefore, the length of the partition,
From length of partition is equal to 15
yeah,
meters.
yeah, 1 second. Yeah. All right, Harni and Navneet, I've shared the images on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, please complete your work and share the pictures of your classwork with me by today. All right, by today. Harni, can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, don't do it now because we've just sat through the class. So finish your morning routine and then go through the answers again. Go through the answers one by one. Understand, write down. Understand, write down. All right. and share the pictures with me by this evening. Okay, Harini and Navneet?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you. You may leave the call.
Thank you, ma'am.